Morning everyone, welcome back to our channel. We are Holiday with the Heathers. If you are new to our channel, please hit that subscribe button, we would really appreciate it. If you have enjoyed this vlog at the end, please give it a huge thumbs up, and if you would like to keep up to date with all of our content, please hit that notification bell that is somewhere down there. I can never remember. And before we get into this vlog, cue the intro.
Hi, we're Holiday with the Heathers. We are a married couple who have been lucky enough to have travelled to over 20 destinations over the past 8 years, experiencing the culture and cuisine the world has to offer. Although the world has come to a standstill, you can still follow our life's journey by watching our weekly vlogs. We know the prospect of travel is uncertain. We don't know where, we don't know when, but we will fly again someday.
So today Wayne and I are off to the Behcets Centre of Excellence in London at the Royal London Hospital in Whitechapel. They have asked Wayne to come with me. Every rule on transport is different, and because I have a registered carer, which is Wayne, they require him to come with me. Today isn't our usual day out vlog where we go on trips to the seaside or trips to London. It is an important appointment. I have this appointment at least twice a year. It's the first time I've been back to the Behcets Centre of Excellence in London. I think in about a year and a half, it's the first time I've actually been to the centre, so it'll be nice to see all of the staff. It'll be nice to see my consultant again, even though I saw him about a month ago. And it'll be nice for Wayne to see what goes on behind the scenes when I do go to these appointments. And it'll be nice for him to get a little bit more information and to familiarise himself with the condition of Behcets syndrome and gastroparesis, because at the moment my health is a little bit all over the place. We don't really know what's going on. I'm trying different remedies of the shake diet that I'm on, but it just doesn't seem to be working, and my mental health hasn't been the best. So it's so lovely to have Wayne there today for his moral support, and it'll be nice for him to see the place where I'll be having my new plasma exchange, because it won't be happening at the Royal 3 any longer. I may have one more session there, but I'm not sure. I'm hoping I can find out today. Yeah, this is it. It's just the one under, you know, under the building. Yeah, it's fine. It's this entrance on the right, but I'm happy to get out anyway. Wait, whatever's easiest for you.
When you're getting picked up,
Yeah.
transport should know.
This is the entrance to the Behcets clinic, the Lux entrance. This is the Behcets Centre on Clinic 6 on floor level 1. You have to go to the main entrance, go up to level 1 and then cross over the bridge. I do apologise if you have disabilities, but it's the way things are at the moment. So I've just got out of my meeting with Dr. Kidd. It was very successful. I've had a bit of bad news as well, which you can probably tell I'm a little bit upset. But I will fill you in with the results when I get home. I've got Wayne with me and he knows I'm really upset because I've had some life-changing news that I'm probably going to have the catheter in for the rest of my life, which is fine. But I'll sort it out and it is what it is. But I was waiting for this day for at least a year and now it's happened. I'm glad Wayne was with me. I can't eat anymore. I can't eat food at all, which is fine.
It's just milkshake, isn't it? It's just those shakes now, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's not my fault either.
It's only for the next couple of weeks until you get your plasma starting again, isn't it?
Yeah, he finally told me. I finally got told that it's not my fault that I'm eating bad. It's because I've got an eating disorder, and it's not my fault that I don't eat. So, for everyone who's ever been told it's your fault that you're not eating, get the help.
Hi everyone, so I just thought I'd pop on now. As you just saw in the last bit of the video, Jessica is very upset at the moment. It wasn't the news we was expecting, so she's just taken a few minutes to get some fresh air and compose herself. So I thought I'd pop on and just clarify what she was saying, because she might not be making much sense. She had only just come out of the consultant's room. It wasn't the news that she was hoping for, and it all got too much to her. I think she got a bit overwhelmed, and then obviously, as you saw, she got emotional and she couldn't really speak anymore. So I thought I'd pop on and just clarify what she said. Oh, what the doctor said, sorry. So the good news is plasma exchange will be going ahead, but we're not sure when. The reason why it stopped in the first place was obviously because of COVID, but we was hoping to be back and having it in February. But from what we understand, the nurse that Jess used to do the treatment for her at the Royal Free, not this hospital, this is St Bart's, but in the Royal Free London, the nurse that done her plasma exchange has left the department. She now doesn't work in that hospital, and she sort of flitters between other hospitals but nowhere near where we live. Now the plan is she's coming back to this hospital in July, the first week or two of July at St Bart's where we are today, and hopefully they'll start treatment, but it's no guarantee. There's been talks, there's been various emails between the people that need to make these decisions, and it's looking positive for July, but there's no guarantee. It could be July, August, it could even be next year. Now, as a result of that, obviously Jess's conditions are deteriorating. So she's been advised now that until she has her plasma exchange, to no longer eat any solid foods, which obviously telling anyone that you can't eat again for the foreseeable is hard, but especially telling someone that has a I'm trying to think of the word, a food eating disorder, is going to be even harder. So at this moment in time, she's taking it really hard, because that means she has to have the chocolate shakes that she shows you in her other vlogs. She's only meant to have 2 to 3 of those and 1 main meal. So now she's meant to have no main meals, no solids, and have 5 shakes, which is going to be very hard for her, because I don't know how she's going to do it. I couldn't do it. I really don't know how she's going to do it. I personally couldn't do it. If someone said to me that you can't eat for another so many weeks or so many months, even potentially another year, I'd be beside myself. So I don't know how she's going to cope with it, to be honest. Fingers crossed it will be just the 2 weeks. Fingers crossed it's going to be sooner and it will be the first week of July, but we just don't know. So that's a bit of good and bad news. Other news is the permacath that you see on her chest, just above her collarbone and breast. We've asked about that and when could it come out. And at the moment, there is no reason for it to come out, because plasma exchange, when she does get it, is the best form of treatment. So at this moment, it could be in there for the rest of her life, which When it was done, Jess was told it could be in a year or 2 or maybe even 5, but no more than that. And now she's been told that it could be up to the rest of her life. And obviously that's going to take a little while to sink in, because with that she can't shower, she can't have a bath, she can't go swimming, she can't get it it can't get wet. It's a load of kerfuffle changing the dressings and draining and flushing the tubes, and she's going to have that for the rest of her life potentially. So as you can imagine, Jess is really beside herself. It wasn't the news what we anticipated today. She has been put in touch with a psychologist or someone that can help her with her food eating habits. Apparently he's one of the top people in the country. He lives in Scotland, but it's going to be Zoom meeting. So Dr. Kidd, her consultant that's treating her for her Behcets, is going to put her in touch with him, and hopefully he might be able to get some Zoom sessions in where they can sort of talk about her relationship with food. But as I was saying about that nurse that worked at Royal Free that used to do the plasma exchange, she's now flitting around different hospitals, but there are no hospitals near us where she's working in, so that's why it's not happened since, well, it was meant to be back February, but obviously we're in June now and she still hasn't had it, and the reason is because she's left and she's not based in just one hospital no more, so she's based all over the country. Now, as I said earlier, there are plans to get her back to this hospital, St Bart's, and hopefully have some sort of ward for her where she can come back and work, and obviously Jess can come back and have a plasma exchange in July. But like I said a minute ago, it's unlikely it's going to be July. It could be April, it could be August, it could be September, October, November, it could be even far as next year. And that's what's worrying Jess now, because obviously she's going to have to be on shakes for the foreseeable until she gets plasma exchange. Once plasma exchange has started again and she's feeling okay, yes, she can introduce food back into her diet, but at the meantime it's going to be shakes and shakes only, which I really can't see how she's going to cope with that. To be honest, it's going to be really hard for her. They did consider Jess having her plasma exchange in Bristol. Now, for those that you don't know where we live, we just live outside London. So from London to Bristol, you're looking 4 hours. We was getting, Jess is entitled to transport, so hospital transport, but if they drove 4 hours there, had the procedure and had the treatment for a few hours, and then 4 hours back, it's going to be too much for Jess. She's knackered these days. So we asked Dr. Kidd about maybe having a hotel there so she can stay there for 4 consecutive days. But apparently there's nothing like that. They don't do that. If we want to go to Bristol, we can do it, but it's going to be so draining because we'll have to get the transport there. Then she'll have to be there for 3 or 4 hours for treatment, and then another 3 or 4 hours back. And as you can imagine, that's a whole day gone, and she's going to be and she's going to have to do that 4 or 5 consecutive times every 6 weeks. So Bristol is off the cards at the moment. If it doesn't happen at Bart's, they are looking at maybe Addenbrooke's in Cambridge, but there's no guarantees that will be a viable option. The Royal London, where she used to have it and we used to know it before, obviously not doing it no more there, because like I said, the nurse has left and now she's flittering around different hospitals. So it's a little bit of good news. We're glad that there are plans for her to have a treatment, but the bad news is there's no certain date of when she can have the treatment, and obviously now she can't eat. So Jess is currently, or she was outside getting a bit of fresh air and composing herself, because as you saw earlier in the vlog, she was very distressed, very upset, and I wasn't sure if what she was saying was making much sense to people. So I've come on today, I'm literally in a toilet at the moment, just outside the ward, well, just outside the transport lounge, sorry, just to come on here and make it a bit more understandable in case she wasn't making much sense, because I feared when she gets a bit upset and maybe a little bit emotional, should I say, she doesn't always think what she's saying. So I thought I'd come on and just clear it up with the people that are watching, just to let you know what's going on. So now we're in the transport lounge. I nipped upstairs to the restaurant to get a sandwich. I didn't want Jess to see it, because if she's just been told she can't eat, the last thing she wants to do is see me stuffing myself with a sandwich. So I just went upstairs to get a sandwich. I've ate that before I came down so she didn't have to see. I don't know how we're going to do it going forward at meal times at home. I don't know if I should just go and eat in the bedroom or something, because obviously it's going to be very hard for her. I can't imagine what she's going through. But anyway, that's another story. We're in the transport lounge at the moment, waiting for pickup. We've been told it's about an hour to an hour and a half wait. So hopefully we can sort of talk about what Dr. Kidd has said today and make a plan of action. I know Jess is going to call her dietitian in a few minutes to find out if she can up her shakes, and maybe the shakes that she was on, make them a bigger shake. So because 5 shakes a day, I don't know how she's going to live with that. I really don't understand how she's going to cope with just having 5 shakes, especially the size of the shakes, or the amount that she drinks. It's only 200 mils. So she's going to be living off 1,000 mils a day for so long. So I really don't know how she's going to cope with that. So hopefully she's going to be on the phone to the dietitian to see if she can get a bigger shake where, you know, all with more nutrients in it. I'm hoping that's what's the plan. It all depends obviously if she can get through. But yeah, we're just waiting in the lounge now. I could be here for an hour or so. I'm sure Jess will fill you in properly in case I've missed anything when she's composed herself when we're at home. But for now, I'm going to go and be with Jess because she needs me at the moment.
We're not.
Oh no, they're all like different.
We're private hire.
Yeah.
But
it's I can't fault it because it gets me here and I wouldn't be able to do it on the other. I'd have to get like private trains.
Oh yeah. Well, I think they're obligated because they have a contract with the trust.
Oh, that's insurance, haven't we?
Oh yeah, it was awful earlier, wasn't it?
I don't mind what I'm tonight. Where about you?
Who's got the shortest legs?
You have, haven't you, Jess?
Yeah, you better go behind me then because I've got the biggest
Oh,
belly.
okay.
Not thinking that that's probably how they were conceived by their parents.
Yeah, possibly.
So,
Did you say you've got children?
yeah.
Good morning, everyone. It's now Saturday. I'm not sure of the exact date. It's been a couple of days since my hospital appointment, and I just needed to have a day to feel sorry for myself, basically. As you all have probably seen in the last clip, Wayne has updated you all on my current health situation, and as of yesterday I started my first full day without food, which still makes me feel really numb inside. I'm feeling very sorry for myself. So these are the shakes that I'm having at the moment. You can probably also tell that my nails are a complete and utter mess. This is signs of mental health. I've basically pulled all of my shellac off, which isn't good, but I needed a way to vent, basically. I usually vent by eating food. That's usually my comfort blanket when I'm feeling really down. I'm feeling really depressed, which I have been feeling for the past 5-6 days. I had an amazing week last week for my birthday. I was on top of the world. I was still able to consume 1 meal a day, but for now I'm on Aymes shakes 6 to 7 times a day with 200 mils of milk, and that is my only source of protein, any source of food. I can't have any solid food whatsoever, because the last option for me would be a feeding tube, which would be inserted into my intestine and into my abdominal area, and I can't be trusted to eat whilst on that, because if I eat whilst on that feeding tube, it would be catastrophic, basically. So I'm going to keep this video short and sweet because I'm still a little bit teary. It's still a little bit raw. My family have been really supportive. I was told that I do have an eating disorder, which, not the type of eating disorder, which means like I'm bothered about whether I put on weight or not. That's not what bothers me. I don't really care about what I look like. Obviously I don't want to be overweight, and obviously I don't want to be too skinny, but that's not what they mean. What they mean is that I use food as a crutch. So it's like an addiction, basically. I'm addicted to food, like an alcoholic would be addicted to alcohol, or a drug addict would be addicted to drugs. It's exactly the same. So that's how we're treating it. My family have basically given me a stark warning that if I don't change, it's going to be catastrophic for me, and I don't want to lose my family. And not that I would, my family are amazing, but people will switch off. So yesterday I had all 6 of these, and I had my last one about 8:30, maybe 9:30 in the evening, and it wasn't too bad, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie, it was really hard seeing food on the telly. It was hard being in the shops because we had to go out yesterday. Wayne still got to eat. He did offer to eat in the bedroom for the foreseeable, which I'm not having. It's not fair on him. So I did sit here while he ate his dinner, and I'm not gonna lie, it was really difficult, but I did it. It's just something I'm gonna have to deal with. I'm not saying this is going to be forever. Hopefully the doctors will pull their fingers out and I'll be able to start plasma exchange again. But even if I do start plasma exchange again, it doesn't mean it can continue, because they don't have a particular place to do it. Now, I'm not going to go into all that with you, but I just wanted to pop on and say thank you so much for all of your love and support. Wayne did update people on social media because it's only fair. And I know people will be like, oh, it's personal, you shouldn't be worrying about going on social media, but I've already started this journey, so I'm going to keep updating you guys with what goes on. And I know mine and Wayne's life looks perfect and we look like we have the most amazing time, but the reality is it's not. 90% of the time it's absolutely crap. I spend a lot of my time in bed. I spend a lot of my time crying in agony. And then the other time I just put a smile on my face and paste over it, because the truth of the matter is I really am suffering, and this has really, really broke me. Like, I'm not going to get upset because I cry all the time anyway at the moment. I just find myself breaking down in tears. And I think it's more because I might be stuck with this for the rest of my life. That was the other thing they told me. But if it's going to get me better, then I've just got to shut up and deal with it, basically. It's tough shit. I don't swear very often on this channel, but it's tough shit. So I am going to enjoy my shake. I am going to carry on putting ice cubes in there because it makes it taste a lot better. They don't taste bad. It's just not food. It's not food, and it's not the same as having that nice tasting food in your mouth. I'm going to probably forget how to use a knife and fork. I'm not going to lie, it's cheaper. I was considering using the money that I'd saved from not buying food for me getting my nails done, but I think it's just going to be a waste of time. So I think what I'm going to do is once a month get a manicure, which is about 5-10 quid. It's a lot cheaper than getting my nails done because these are just horrendous. I'm so embarrassed, but that is realities of mental health. I do have a mental health disorder on top of everything else. So on a happier note, I've gotten up. I'm not going to lie, it's about 1:45. I probably should have had about 3 of these by now, but I can spread these out throughout the day. I'm meant to drink them slowly, but I'm not due to start the actual bottled versions because these are like the packet shakes that I've shown you, and I had 200 mils of milk up to here, but they're not nutritionally complete. So I'm starting the Aymes Complete, which is what it's called, and I'll be having the chocolate flavour because it's the only flavour that I can tolerate, and it has a bit more calories in it as well, so it's going to add a bit more fat. It doesn't have milk in it, so I don't have to buy milk all the time because the amount of milk I'm consuming is insane. I'm surprised I'm not ballooning up massively. I think I've put on weight. Now, my doctors looked at me and they said, gosh, you've lost a lot. Now, I've watched the last few videos and I think I look really overweight, but I'm not really that bothered, to be honest. I'm just happy to be alive. So we are going to get dressed and we are going to just straighten up the house. The house is quite tidy, actually, to be honest, but it just makes you feel better when there's no dust and things like that. I'm going to feed this little one. Trevi, you want food, don't you? Yeah, so I'm going to feed that little one. And then at 6 o'clock, Wayne and I have got cinema reservations at our local Odeon. We usually go to Cineworld, but Wayne was able to get 2 free cinema tickets, which was nice. So we're going to watch The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, which is a film that was out a couple of years ago with Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson. But I believe this one has Selma Hayek in it. I think it's Selma Hayek. She reminds me of Penelope Cruz as well. So we're going to watch that at 6 o'clock. And then tomorrow we've got another one at, I think, about 8:30. And that's The Conjuring, which I'm not looking forward to. But Wayne and I have watched The Conjuring films every time they've come out. It's probably the only horror film, if you can call it a horror film. It's probably the only scary film I can tolerate, to be honest. So we are going to watch that because we can't really go anywhere because the weather is miserable. You can see from the chairs that are still outside, they've got absolute massive puddles of water on, so we should really clear them up. I'm going to call it a day now because I've been talking to you for 8 minutes and you know what I'm like when I waffle on. So we will tune back in with you later and probably end the vlog there. I'm sorry it's not a very exciting vlog, but these are the realities of our life at the moment. Hopefully the weather will perk up and we'll be able to get you some more nice content. And there was some even better news. Disney World are now doing fireworks, which is the one thing I really want to see. Like, I really want to see the happily ever after fireworks. So fingers crossed this variant buggers off. We can go on holiday sooner rather than later, because I really need a holiday. I really need to just escape from reality. Obviously, I won't escape from reality. I'll probably be on these while I'm away. But it'll be nice to, like, just have a bit of fun.
I understand Jess has been on this morning already to speak to you about a few things. It's currently 4:15 on Saturday and we're just preparing to go to the cinema. I think Jess has already mentioned that to you. We've got a couple of free tickets on via the National Lottery at the moment. There's a thing going on called the National Lottery Cinema Weekend, and if you buy a lottery ticket or a scratch card, or you play online, you check the ticket and there's a code on the back which you can exchange for 2 free cinema tickets. So me and Jess are going to the cinema today to watch The Hitman's Bodyguard's Wife. Hitman's Bodyguard's Wife, I think something like that. Anyway, bit of a mouthful. So yeah, it's 4:15 now and we're just getting ready. I know Jess did speak to you earlier whilst I was in the shower. I'm not entirely sure of what she said to you at the time, but I just want to come on and say how proud I am of Jess for doing what she's doing. It's been 48 hours now since she's been told that she can't eat, and if I'm really honest, I didn't think she'd last 48 hours without eating. The problem with Jess is that she does have like a food eating disorder, and she just like binge eats on some occasions, and I really thought that in those 48 hours she would eat, but I have to say after 48 hours, 2 days, she has proved me wrong, and she's been doing absolutely brilliant. She's been keeping up with her shakes. She's ordered some new shakes to turn up over the next couple of days with more protein and more nutrition in, so she's going to be having 6 or 7 of those a day. So I just came on really just to tell her and show her how proud I am. Obviously it takes a lot of willpower not to eat, because I personally think I could not do it. There is no way in this lifetime, if someone said to me, Wayne, you have to stop eating, that I could do that. I'd find it increasingly hard, and I don't have an eating disorder, so God knows how Jess is going to be coping with this and what's going through her head, but I'm so proud of her at the moment. Really, really proud of her. So I just wanted to pop on to say hi to everyone. I think we are ending the vlog at some point today, because Sunday we're not really doing much other than the cinema again, where we're going to be watching The Conjuring. So we're looking forward to that. But tonight we're going to be going to the cinema. I'm not sure about what we're doing for snacks whilst we're at the cinema. I think we're just going to leave it, because obviously I don't want to start rubbing me eating in front of her. Obviously I have to eat, I've got to eat, I've got you know, I've got to eat, so I'll get ill myself. I've suggested to Jess that maybe I should eat in a different room from her to make it easier, because obviously it's going to be hard for her, but she said no, it's fine, I can do this, Wayne, I've got this and I'm going to do this. So I'm very extremely proud of what she's doing and how she's handled it. Obviously it is still early days yet, and we're hoping that this continues, this new mindset for Jess. We are really hoping that she can stick to this. I mean, I'm trying to support her the best I can. She's got a really good help from a dietitian, and all her consultants are rooting for her and helping her. It's hard. We know it's hard. It's hard for me as well watching her like this. It's hard for me whilst I'm eating, and I can see her like watching me sort of thing, and it is very hard, and I don't think you'll understand how hard it is unless you're in that situation. I know this vlog is probably a little bit, not negative, but not the usual days out stuff that we normally do, but this is real life. It can't all be, how do I say it, it can't all be sunshine and rainbows and puppy dogs. There are days where, you know, Jessica's health does affect her. Well, it does affect us, so we do apologise that maybe the last 4 or 5 vlogs that we've done have been days out and activities and fun things to do, and maybe her health is on the back burner. But you know, this is real life, this is what we have to put up with, and Jessica's health does come first, so there will be more vlogs like this, I'm afraid. We do have loads of stuff exciting to look forward to. We've got Disney in about 60 something days, but we don't know if that's going to happen. We've got absolutely no idea. And then we've got a few other little trips up our sleeve. I think Jess does want to sit down and tell you about these, so we're still keeping them tight-lipped just for the moment, because we don't want to get ahead of ourselves and they get cancelled as well. But we will sit down and talk to you about them at some point. And yeah, so there are some good vlogs coming up. There will be a good few months of content when we do Disney World, because obviously we're going to do one a week or something for say 15 weeks. So, and then we've got a few other trips coming, so there will be some good content. But you do have to bear in mind that Jessica's health does come first. And yes, this was predominantly a travel and holiday channel. That was what it was for, that's what it was planned to do, hence the name Holiday with the Evers. But obviously a few weeks after we come up with a channel, we had to go in lockdown and trips are off. So we are doing the best we can, guys. We are trying to do some days out, and there will be a lot of those, like I said. But please just bear in mind that some vlogs might be a little bit different to what you imagined with the name Holiday Evers, because this is also about real life. This is also about Jess's conditions and raising awareness. So some of them would be a little bit, I wouldn't say negative, but a little bit more closer to home, shall I say. So thank you for watching, guys. I do believe Jess is going to end the vlog at some point today, so I'm going to leave her to do that because I get it all wrong. But for now, I'm just about to jump in the shower for the second time today, get ready, and we're having a mini date night tonight at our local Odeon to watch a film, so we're looking forward to that. And then I think we're just going to come home and chill and watch just our usual Saturday night TV. And then Sunday we've got nothing planned other than food shopping. And then about 7, half 7 tomorrow night we're going to see The Conjuring. Jess isn't too happy about watching that. She's not a horror movie person. She doesn't really like watching those sort of films. I do, but then I spend most of my time hiding behind my hands. But I still like going to watch them. So I'm going to leave you here, guys, and I'm sure the beautiful Jessica will fill you in with anything else she needs to let you know and end the vlog. So for now, I'm off, and I'll see you soon.
cinema. We saw The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard with Samuel L. Jackson, Ryan Reynolds, and I think it was Selma Hayek. She was absolutely hilarious. It was funny. I enjoyed it. Did you enjoy it, or was it not your cup of tea?
It didn't really do it for me. That's not saying that it put anyone else off. It was quite funny in places, I must admit, and the cinema was in stitches, wasn't it, at some points, but for me it just didn't do it for me.
Fair enough. I had to go to the toilet twice before, so I'm glad I did, because I was absolutely peeing my pants. But before we end this vlog, please give this vlog a huge thumbs up. If you have enjoyed it and you would like to see more of our content, please comment down below with what you have enjoyed and hit that notification bell. And if you're new, please hit that subscribe button. We don't have a clue what we're doing next week, so hopefully we'll bring you some more content. We again apologise for this vlog, but we want to be raw and we want to be truthful, and I'm happy now. I'm in a good place. I've had a little cry over the last few days, haven't I? But
yeah, I did mention on when I done my little bit on cam earlier about how proud I am of you at the moment.
Thank you very much. It was nice just to actually wash my hair, put a bit of makeup on and enjoy the night, and it was nice to refrain from eating food, and I'm very proud of myself. So we are actually going to end the vlog here, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Do you miss me at